Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, and welcome to the 3-Minute Muslim Message. This is Podcast 21, Part 2. How to Persuade by Using Direct and Indirect Message Strategy. At home and at work, there are people who agree with our ideas and messages, and some who disagree. For us to be persuasive, each group needs a different message strategy. The first type of audience is the friendly or agreeing. But how to know this audience is friendly and will agree with us? Use audience analysis. We use this to make sure that their reaction to our message will, in fact, be friendly. Friendly audiences are persuaded, or their beliefs are confirmed, by a direct message strategy. A hadith illustrates this 3-step direct strategy. First step is clearly state the main message. Narrated by Abu Hurairah radiallahu anh, the Prophet ﷺ said, "Take care with the women." There's the main message. Second step, number 2, give supporting information, explaining how the female was created and something of their human nature is the supporting information. And the third step, repeat the main idea from step 1. So I urge you to take care with the women. The second audience, the opposite side, is the hostile or disagreeing. Hostile audience have an unfriendly attitude because they disagree with our purpose and message. We can discover and confirm their attitude by using audience analysis to make sure they disagree. Hostile and disagreeing audiences are persuaded by an indirect message strategy. The 3 steps of the indirect strategy are shown in the following hadith. This needs an introduction. When Allah gave to the Prophet ﷺ the war booty, or the ghanaim, from the Battle of Hunain, he ﷺ distributed that ghanaim amongst those who had recently become Muslim to soften their hearts, but he did not give anything to the Ansar of Medina. The Ansar were sad and upset because they did not get the same as the other people had gotten. And the hadith, the first step is something called a buffer statement, which is information anyone and everyone can agree with. Narrated by Abdullah bin Zayd bin Asim, the Prophet ﷺ said, "You were divided into groups and Allah brought you together through me." No one can disagree with that. The second step, clearly give the facts and ideas of the situation or what happened. And the Rasulullah ﷺ said, "The people go away with sheep and camels while you go with the Prophet ﷺ to your homes." And then in the third step, it's a concluding statement, but pointing to a positive, hopeful message for the future. And Rasulullah ﷺ said, "You should be patient till you meet me at the river of Kawthar in paradise." And the Ansar were so happy and emotional, they were crying. Tears of joy. Finally, for Muslim communicators, audience analysis is an effective tool to use. That's because people who agree or disagree with our message can be reached persuasively when we use the direct or indirect message strategy as needed. In the next podcast, 21 Part 3, inshallah, there is helpful information about communicating to different audiences based on their personality profiles. Allahu alam, subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.